Peace be with you, and peace be upon you. And I want to thank all of you that are coming to listen and to be with me and with us on this grateful day. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to start out by telling you that I felt a great resistance to come and do a live chat today. It felt very much like a burden. And so peace can feel like a burden, can't it? It just seems like incredibly impossible. I never really thought about peace being a burden. Maybe that's why we're all acting out so much, because the burden is just too great. The responsibility is just too great. It's really hard to be mindful of our actions. It's hard to get along with others. They don't think the way we think, and they don't have our faith, and they don't have our awareness or our consciousness, all these things. And so we feel like we have to give up or put it aside. And then we get traumatized. all of that. So I was thinking about that in my meditation. I wanted to talk more about yesterday. What I had focused on was sacred sounds and sacred syllables. Alan had added some things to it, and I found it quite profound. So we're sharing this beautiful blue planet with people of different faiths and cultures and values, and I would like to say that, our values are very similar. Otherwise, we wouldn't be, here right now with each other, because we are very sincere people. So I wanted to talk more about the word salam, and because I'm so naive, those inner doors are more accessible, and I can receive inspiration. And if it wasn't for one of my wonderful Facebook friends who told me not to greet you with salam, it really made me think very, very, very deeply about it. He wanted me to speak in English to you. But I have to tell you that salam is so divine that it has been misinterpreted, I believe, and taken advantage of. And how is it when we take it for granted? We take these sacred syllables for granted because we have so much more on our minds than a sacred syllable, and how profound that sacred syllable can be. I want to tell you again that story about when long before I met Alan. I was in Texas and I had some plumbing problems, and so I called a plumber, and he came to the door, and he just looked at me and he said to me, "Tell me, what do you know about Melchizedek?" I was really kind of in shock, as if there was a certain energy that came through him to me that I had to wake up to. It was planting a very deep seed in me, and to this day, and that's why I want to talk a little bit more about Melchizedek. I've been writing a book for the last 3 years, and I came to that part in the book regarding Melchizedek because he's so prominent here inside me. So Melchizedek, what I know about Melchizedek is that he was a great being and an advisor to Abraham, and that he also was considered the king of Salam. Just those 3 things alone are quite profound for me, because to be the king of Salam for me would mean that he initiated this sacred sound, Salam, and he established Salam. What I also know about Melchizedek is that he is part of a council of great beings. Where Melchizedek came from, it is said that he was not born, that he has always been. So he was an advisor to Abraham, and the little that I know about Abraham, I felt that from Melchizedek's point of view, if one can do that, if one can have the point of view of a great being, then it's all about vibration. It's not so much about the mental plane or construct or fact or any of that. It has to do with love and vibration. Is that you, Rayhan? So it has to do with love and vibration and resonance and these qualities that are very enriching and very enlivening and incredibly creative. Melchizedek was the king of Salam. So I see that he gave humanity at that time and in the Eastern Hemisphere a great resonating tool, like a key. Salam is a key. Salam is a key. But you have to know how to use the key, correct? So we say salam, and it's on the outward. I don't know, because I have not been raised in the Eastern Hemisphere, nor have I come across these thoughts as they are coming to me now, most likely with the aid of Melchizedek. And that until you know how to use that key properly, you are still, or I would rather say that I can be lost if I don't know how to use the key properly. You would have to ask yourself that question too. Am I using this key properly? What do I know about sound? What do I know about resonance? What do I know about unlocking the door within myself to be connected to illustrious beings of light and counsel? When I am lost, I certainly want to be able to have access to these illustrious beings. I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't focus on how I'm looking and more on what I'm saying. And I tell you why, because I really don't identify with myself physically all that much, because it's just who I am. I think it's a very sweet way to communicate, but I would prefer that we begin to communicate together inwardly through the key of Salam. You might ask yourself, why am I choosing Salam? I was born in America. I was not raised in strictly in any religion or faith, but I have always had a deep knowing. You know, the thing about knowing is that knowing can be very difficult to explain. So what I have received about the word salam is that it is a key. It is a key to use inside, within you, inside, to unlock a great potential. Today I sat in meditation and I was meditating on salam, very slowly. Salam, salam, salam. And what I saw and began to see was a bright light, and I heard that salam is like a diamond inside you. But the diamond can be very, very heavy, and the diamond can be very detoxing and purifying. So I thought to myself when I had finished my meditation that, oh my gosh, I just wanted to go to bed, and it was like I was telling myself again, just move through it. Peace is a responsibility. Peace can feel like a burden. Peace can be clarifying and clearing out that which is blocking you from living your true path. Salam is a sacred syllable that was given by Melchizedek. And how do we know that? How do we know that it's a sacred syllable? Because its signature is that it means peace. Can there be any other greater syllable or recognition? I mean, you tell me, what does peace mean to you? Is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to discover? Is it worth it for you to take that key, that golden key, and unlock your inner treasure? Are you worth it? It would seem to me that since Melchizedek had given all of us this incredible key, the sound, sa and lam, salam, and that he's considered the king of it. So that must have been quite something that he had appeared in such a manner to give advice to Abraham. And we must not lose sight that just alone the resonating syllables sa and lam are to be used as a key, an inward key, to unlock that diamond that sits within you. And how would you know? You would just have to practice it, and it would take some dedication, really, and some real sincerity and some humility, a little dash of all of those things to make you a beautiful servant. After I had talked a little bit about it yesterday and we went to go swimming, I felt like I was just on, in spiritual fire. It was so exciting to me. When you discover something like the word salam, like I have discovered, when you discover something is so precious, like the word salam, like I had discovered in a very unique way, I just was so moved. So Alan had told me something about lam. Did you want to say something about the lam part of sa and lam. Did you want to say something about it?
Sure. I was telling Carol yesterday, when she was talking about lam, that in the Holy Quran, throughout, there are these letters appear, mysterious letters that nobody understands what they mean, why they're there. But Aleph, Lam, Mim. And some other letters too, but those are the main ones. And of course, Lam is there in the middle. So why it is there, we don't know, but Lam is there in a very prominent place. So I was very interested that she was talking about Lam, and that letter Lam plays a part in that mystery in the Quran of those letters that appear before the different surahs. So that's what I was talking about.
So, with all of the information and everything that's been written and unwritten and distractions and all of that, forgive me for starting with the basics and keeping it very, very simple. It's easier for me to achieve my goal, which is to feel that inner connection with my Creator, and to understand and to walk with assuredness that I am serving the best way. I don't know, maybe not the best way, but that I am serving with greater conviction and faith. So the word salam, again, I see it, salam, as a golden key to unlock the diamond within, and that salam is likened to a mantra. So I know mantras like Om and Om Mani Padme Hum. Certain and other Buddhist mantras. But salam, Satnam, I know that to me as a mantra. That's also a greeting. But salam now, I see salam as very potent, a very, very potent key to an indescribable kingdom. Like someone had mentioned yesterday, that those that use the word salam are indicative of heavenly realm. And I want to add that the heavenly realm here exists within you, and Hi Wajid, and that this heavenly realm, it is enough for you to discover this heavenly realm within you, and then you shall be guided. Salam. It is enough that you would meditate on salam as a tool, a golden key that would unlock that treasure within you. It is enough to unlock that treasure. It is enough to want to unlock that treasure of salam. I had never considered salam to be such a potent tool, but it makes sense since my teacher Melchizedek had indicated himself to be the one who was the king of salam. It is enough to just unlock this great treasure within you so that you can be instructed and illuminated and understand all the crazy making that's going on in the world. Are you falling asleep? He gets up at 5 o'clock to prepare, and I get up like about 9 o'clock, so quite often I can put him to sleep. Salam is not just a greeting. It is a sacred key. It is a golden key to unlock the treasure within you. It is enough to keep it very simple. It is enough to say those two syllables, sa and lam, in such a devoted way that something would unlock within you. And so my experience with salam is very, very new, and yet I see it as a magnificent gift from Melchizedek, that has been given to everyone. I really feel that salam has to go to everyone. Salam, this golden key, salam. Salam, the golden key from Melchizedek, is very, very useful, incredibly useful. It's not so hidden for me now anymore. It should not be hidden for anyone who understands the hidden meaning of the word salam. Keeping it simple again. For me, it's keeping it simple. Because I have chanted many complicated mantras before. It has been very simple for me just to chant the sound Om. It's supposed to be, or they say, the ancient ones say, that it is the sound of all of creation is that Om. But occasionally I get different variations on these sounds. Right now I am so excited to tell you that salam, these two words were given to us by Melchizedek, a very, very mysterious being, someone who was not born, and given to Abraham. Did he give it to Abraham? I think he gave it to Abraham. He established that he was the king of Salam. Well, that's pretty wonderful. I can respect him for that. So I want this to also to go out to all those, and this is very difficult for me to say, all of those, if it comes across you, that those who think that they can take the lives of others in the name of salam, they have really got it so, so wrong. It's not an outward experience, it's an inward experience. The heaven here is the salam within each one of us. The heaven here on earth is the salam that is in each one of us. There is no taking salam by taking other people's lives and making an experience of thinking that there is a heaven outside of your body. It must be established within you. Melchizedek had decided that for us. Salam is a golden key that unlocks a treasure inside of you that you will then experience a heavenly experience, diamond-like, and can be quite a burden in some ways, but you will continue to be guided. So I wanted to share something else. That's it for that. And thank you for listening with me. I wanted to say about a prophecy over here in the Western Hemisphere. The indigenous people have a prophecy called the Rainbow Prophecy, and I'm looking for it online, and these computers are crazy, so I don't know where it's at. I don't know how to find it. But when the earth is ravaged and the air is poor and the water is poor, people from all over the world of all faiths will come together. This is an indigenous prophecy by the native peoples here on the Western planet, and they call us the Rainbow Children. Now, I believe Salam is part of this prophecy. I believe that Salam, it's time for people here in the Western hemisphere to understand that this illustrious being called Melchizedek, who is part of a council, and that his council members were actually over here in the Western Hemisphere as well. But for some reason, the word Sa and Lam did not grow in vibration like it did over there in the Eastern Hemisphere. So I'm going to hold Salam in my heart and continue to work this golden key inside and imagine that more of us are unlocking and using the Salam, the golden key, and starting to work with others in this inner light, this diamond light. Very cleansing, very corrective, and renewing. We are working together, and I thank you so much for being here to listen to this very, very simple teaching that I am so bold to give to you. Salam.
Shall we see if there are questions?
Yeah, I guess you can see there's some questions.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to go back, but it's... All right. Question is, how are you?
Well, thank you so much for asking these questions. I am feeling good, and I believe it's because I'm doing these live chats. Thank you.
So we have some hellos, and Mumin Khan says, Allah give you a good health and safety. Ameen, summa ameen. Want to respond to that?
Well, thank you very much. Wasn't feeling too good today. I felt a very big weight and a very burden on me. And so thank you for keeping me in your thoughts.
Nasir Iqbal is asking, are you living in Pakistan?
No, maybe I should say it at the beginning all the time, but it's a very reasonable question.
All right. And Nasir Iqbal is also asking, can you also talk in Urdu as Mr. Allen?
No, I do not talk in Urdu. Thank you very much. But he can interpret me if this needs to happen. Did you want to why don't you recap what I just say and say it in Urdu, okay?
बस वो सलाम के बारे में बता रही हैं कि ये एक आवाज़ है, ये मेल्किज़ेडेक नाम का एक अजीम तरीन शख्सियत ने हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को सिखाया था, जो सलाम का बादशाह था। सलाम मतलब जेरूसलम, आजकल जिसको हम जेरूसलम कहते हैं, वो सलाम उसका मतलब है जेरूसलम सलाम। तो वो वहाँ बादशाह भी था और प्रीस्ट भी था, तो उन्होंने ये आवाज़ सलाम सिखाई हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को। और वो अभी मगरबी मुल्कों में ज़्यादा तक नहीं पहुँचा, जैसे मशरक़ में बहुत फैल गया है, लेकिन ये एक बहुत ज़रूरी रूहानी आवाज़ है, सलाम।
That it's a golden key.
और ये एक सोनारा चाबी है,
that unlocks the diamond within, the treasure.
जो हमारे दिल के अंदर जो हीरा है या जो खजाना है, उसको खोल देता है।
If you were to meditate on those two syllables,
अगर उन दो हरूफ पर या दो स और लाम पर ध्यान लगाते हैं
for a significant amount of time, twice a day,
रोज़ाना 2 बार काफ़ी टाइम के लिए
salam, nothing more,
सिर्फ ये दोनों सा और लाम ये आवाज़
and that you may not understand it,
अगर तुमको इसका मतलब भी नहीं मालूम है
that such is the sacred and is very difficult to explain, but once you start doing that regularly, something will grow.
तो ये रूहानी है इसका मतलब शायद आप नहीं समझेंगे इसको समझना शायद मुश्किल है लेकिन जब आप उसको बोलना शुरू करते हैं तो वो बढ़ जाएगा
And that there are gifts that were given to Melchizedek, to Abraham from Melchizedek. There was a gift given to Abraham from Melchizedek.
और ये एक इनाम था जो हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को मेल्किज़ेडेक ने दिया
And that is the sacred tool of the sound salam.
और ये वो रूहानी टूल है चीज़ जिससे काम किया जा सकता है सा और लाम जो हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को दिया गया था
So there are energy centers in the body.
तो हमारे इस जिस्म के अंदर ताकत के मरकज़ होते हैं
Of which lam is focused on one of these energy centers.
इनमें से ये आवाज़ लाम एक ये जो कुव्वत या ताकत के मरकज़ पे लगा है या उसके साथ रिश्ता है
So the word lam is, you don't really have to know all of these things, you can discover it, but salam itself is a golden key that will unlock a treasure if you meditate on those sounds, those two syllables.
तो ये लाम एक आवाज़ है शायद आप उसको समझेंगे भी नहीं इसका मतलब क्या है इस लफ्ज़ का लेकिन ये सालाम एक चाबी है जो एक आपके अंदर जो एक राज है उसको खोल देता है
So Melchizedek gave this very special key to Abraham.
तो मेल्किज़ेडेक साहब ने हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को ये चाबी दी थी
And Abraham shared it with all of his relations.
और हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम ने अपने सब रिश्तेदारों या दोस्तों को भी दे दिया
All of his relations.
उसके सब रिश्तेदार
All, everyone, and all of his relations continue to grow, and now we are living all around the world together, united by this beautiful word, salam.
तो हज़रत इब्राहीम ने सबको इब्राहीम के सब रिश्तेदारों का मतलब है हम सब या सब तो पूरी दुनिया में सब लोगों को ये सलाम मिला है जिससे हमारे रिश्ता होती है सबका
And so when one meditates on salam as a sacred mantra,
तो जब कोई इस आवाज़ सलाम पर ध्यान लगाता है एक मंत्र के शक्ल में
you don't have to say anything outwardly to anyone.
तो तुमको किसी को कुछ बताना नहीं पड़ता है मतलब मुंह से आवाज़ से
Because we will recognize each other. Those of us who understand the use of mantras, sacred mantras such as salam, we will recognize each other. We'll be smiling and we will lend our hands to each other and we will work together.
क्योंकि जो इस सलाम या मंत्रों के ताकत समझते हैं वो एक दूसरे को पहचानेंगे बात करने की ज़रूरत नहीं मुस्कुराएंगे एक दूसरे को हाथ देंगे मदद करेंगे
And just as it has been prophesied here in the Western Hemisphere by the native people, that persons from all different cultures will be working together.
जैसे यहाँ हमारे मगरबी हेमिस्फीयर में ये पेशगोई है कि वो टाइम आएगा जब पूरी दुनिया के सब लोग मिलकर काम करेंगे.
So salam establishes inner peace.
तो सलाम से हमें अमन मिलता है दिल के अंदर.
And salam establishes inner peace.
ये सलाम हमारे दिल में अमन कायम कर देता है.
And meditating on the sacred syllables sa and lam establishes inner peace. Why? Because the word means peace. It can't get any more simple. It cannot get any more obvious.
तो ये आवाज़ सा और लाम हमारे अंदर हमारे दिल में सलाम अमन को कायम कर देता है. क्यों? क्योंकि ये सलाम का मतलब ही है अमन. तो ये इससे सादा, इससे सिंपल नहीं हो सकता है. समझना मुश्किल नहीं है कि सलाम का मतलब है अमन, और इससे अमन पाया जाता है.
Okay, so we say salam to you, and our battery is getting low. Thank you so much for visiting with us. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.
तो सबको सलाम कहते हैं. हमारी बैटरी कम हो रही है अभी, तो सलाम.
Salam.
सलाम.
Salam.
सलाम.
He doesn't really want to leave you. But we don't see any questions, so maybe you can bring those questions to us tomorrow. Hi, Grace. Go back down, I think, Grace. Up. Hi, Grace. Thanks for watching. Golden Key. Okay, we're just seeing who's watching.
Just seeing if there are any other questions before we leave, because our battery is low, but we have a few more minutes.
He doesn't like to get off the live chat.
Well, people may have questions they want to ask you.
But they don't have any questions. I can see that. I mean, it's something to think about. It's really not something to question. I mean, you want to question something so simple? Don't need to sound...
Sohail Niazi says, मीठा मौसम और मीठी बातें, माशाल्लाह क्या बात है. Such a sweet season and such sweet subject matters or topics or things you're talking about. Mashallah, kya baat hai, means what I...
We love you too. And you're from Saudi. We love you too. Yeah, I was told Saudi is going to be getting the water from not only the salination plants, but also from the air. They wanted to say that my friend Grace would probably tell you about the sacred sound of Sa and Lam. Can you share a little, move your finger, bit more about Melchizedek and history? Melchizedek is one of these very mysterious people. He's not mentioned very well, and like I had said earlier, that he is an unborn member of a very of a council that is on another level altogether. Nevertheless, he was known by Abraham and had given Abraham advice, and was highly respected by Abraham, and was considered the king of Salam, which for me means that he was the king of peace, huh? I mean, you know, I see it as the king of peace. I don't see it as the king of Jerusalem. I see it as the king of peace. He didn't say, I am the king of Jerusalem. He said, I am the king of Salam. So I'm going to stick with what I know, but I can't explain.
I can add one thing, that in the Bible it is mentioned that Melchizedek was like Abraham's teacher or superior, because Abraham gave him a tithe, gave him 10% of the wealth that he earned or that he won in the battle. So Melchizedek is a very, very elevated spiritual personality who very few people know about, but he is clearly mentioned in the Bible as a high-level spiritual being. And it's also mentioned elsewhere in the Bible that Jesus Christ was of the order of Melchizedek. So we can understand from this that Melchizedek, he was unborn. He was not born from a mother and father. He just appeared on the earth, an extraterrestrial, we could say, or a heavenly being.
Heavenly being, yes. But like I would like to emphasize, and you can say it in Urdu again, that heaven is a dimension within the body. That this word, this mantra, Sa Lam, unlocks, this golden key unlocks heavenly realm inside your body. That is a mastery to do that.
तो वो जन्नत जो है हमारे दिल के अंदर है, और सलाम एक चाबी है जिससे उस डायमेंशन को खोला जाता है, उस खजाना को खोला जाता है ये सलाम से.
That there are also illustrious beings that have come to the people here on the Western Hemisphere, such as the beings that had prophesied that we would all come together, those of the salam, those I don't see that salam is something that is only for one kind of culture or faith of people. I believe that salam transcends that level, that salam, it belongs to Hagar and Sarah and all their children, and that salam is a sacred syllable to be discovered and used from within. Just like Buddhists that go up on their monasteries, they meditate on certain sacred syllables that were given to them by their predecessors and their recognized lamas. So Melchizedek had given such a very sacred golden key to Abraham, and who shared this with Sarah and Hagar and all of those around him at that time, so that salam is very much alive and must be seen as a sacred tool. Do you want to say that in Urdu? You can do a small version of it.
A small version. तो हमारे मगरबी मुल्कों में भी ऐसे मेल्किज़ेदेक जैसे अजीम शख्सियतें आई हैं, और उन्होंने भी यही बात बताई है कि वो दिन आएगा जब भविष्यवाणी की थी कि वो दिन आएगा जब पूरी दुनिया के सब लोग एक हो जाएंगे, अमन कायम किया जाएगा. सलाम, ये आवाज़ भी जो मेल्किज़ेदेक ने हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम को दिया था, इस आवाज़, ये एक चाबी है जो दिल के अंदर खजाना को खोल देता है.
I was thinking about it because we know that Abraham also went to Egypt, so Abraham traveled, and his ancestors had traveled everywhere carrying that golden key with them.
हाँ, मैं भूल गया था, उन्होंने भी बताया था कि हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम ने अपने दोनों बेगम को, मतलब हजीरा और सराय, मेरे ख्याल में उर्दू में बोलते हैं, अरबी में Sarah and Hagar. Sarah तो ईसाइयों और यहूदियों की माँ है, और हजीरा मुसलमानों की माँ है. तो ऐसे सबको हज़रत इब्राहीम अलैहिस्सलाम ने ये आवाज़ दिया, और वो मिस्र भी गए थे, हज़रत इब्राहीम और उनके बाप दादे भी उस तरफ गए थे. तो मतलब ये सब के लिए है.
Thank you so much for your support, Mana. I really appreciate it. Something that's so obvious like salam, and here it's been, given by this very illustrious being named Melchizedek. I think it's really important that we have tools that are very, very, we need useful tools. Very simple. Something that does not mean that we are committed outwardly to, but more inwardly. This golden key, this mantra. I can say so much more about it, but so much for the battery being low. Oh, I was going to say, who is using that? Who is using the salam? Who is using the salam as a mantra inwardly? Who is using it? You tell me. I'm just beginning to.
आप बताइए अगर आप ये मंत्र सलाम को इस्तेमाल करते हैं। मैं अभी शुरू कर रही हूँ, इस मंत्र को हम अभी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, तो वो ये भी पूछ रही थी, तो लेकिन अभी बैटरी ख़त्म होने वाले हैं, तो हमको अभी अल्लाह हाफ़िज़ बोलना पड़ेगा.
And if it makes sense to you, you can share this as a conversation with someone else. You can talk about Melchizedek. What do you know about Melchizedek? Have you heard about Melchizedek? Well, he was the king of Salam. Nobody can dispute that.
तो आप दूसरों को भी बता सकते हैं इसके बारे में, अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है कि मेल्किज़ेडेक सलाम का बादशाह था, ये कोई इसका इतराज़ नहीं कर सकता है, तो उन्होंने ये सलाम मंत्र दिया था, तो सबके फ़ायदे के लिए, तो कौन इसको इस्तेमाल कर रहा है?
Okay, we're going to go now. Thank you so much. You stay blessed too.
अच्छा, शुक्रिया, हमको अभी जाना है. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.
May you be blessed.